Hey, what's up, traders? Watch this video here for Tuesday, November 5th, showing you the chart of the SPY. Today, gapped up to all-time highs on a Monday morning when you get a big gap up in the overall market like that. And we said this in pre-market in the chat room. We basically said this is my least favorite setup because you generally get, people are thinking gap fill, no one wants to dive in and chase the market, and you end up with, you ready for this? You end up with sideways stuff like this and a little push down near the end of the day. But basically, this is almost untradeable, right? For the for most individual stocks that are kind of following the SPY. So still had some decent morning trades, but I'm certainly not in love with the action today. I'm going to go right into what I'm watching for tomorrow here. So let's get into that. CLDX, nice break out of a long base on strong volume for the stock. It's worth noting that this still hasn't hit 1 million shares, but you have the 200-day looming above. This might be a nice follow-through day play, all right? AGRX, this is one of the weirdest daily charts I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure like this was 52-week lows, and now we're at 52-week highs. I could be wrong about that, but crazy action, needless to say. And I really like, I think he kind of had a little short squeeze going on today, and a fairly strong close, so I definitely want to watch this tomorrow for that squeeze to continue. NAVB, not in love with this one, had the gap up and then sold off for like 4 days straight. Kind of a bottoming tail with the gap fill yesterday and a little bit of a curl up today. I don't know. I'm going to watch it, but I certainly don't love it because you've got everybody from these 3 days since the gap up that's long still underwater. So a lot of kind of overhead pressure there. Loco, you had the big breakout on Friday, kind of a quiet inside day today. Sometimes you get a third day play. So I'll be watching that one tomorrow. Keep in mind, I don't hold overnight, so I'm just looking for stuff that might give me a trade tomorrow. Johnson & Johnson, I've had it on watch for a couple days, looking for it to turn back up. It's pretty beaten up, and then it gapped up on the no asbestos finding news or something, which honestly, anytime the word asbestos is in a headline for your company, even if it's we didn't find any asbestos, it's still not that positive, right? But it's held this area down here. Look at all the bounces off this area. So I'm thinking, if we do get an afternoon high of day break where JNJ starts lighting up the new highs ticker in the afternoon one of these days, you could get a little mini squeeze. So that's why it goes on watch. But I don't look at this chart and fall in love with it by any means. PETS, after the gap up, it's just been bleeding lower every single day. Well, I've had this on bounce watch since it probably looked like this. And we've just got, 3 more red days? Now I can't take it off bounce watch until it at least gives me some kind of setup. So no trades in it again today, but I'm going to watch it for a turn back up. Starbucks, SBUX, after gapping up 3 days, right back down to support, sitting very close to the 200-day, goes on bounce watch. No trades in it today. ABUS, big breakout, quiet inside day, another quiet inside day. I really like this over $1.50 tomorrow or anytime this week. We'll see. APOP, this one's kind of obscure, but it caught my attention today for some reason. I'm not even sure why. You had the big pop here and then a gap up, and I just figured this thing would roll over, but it's actually holding up pretty well. And today it topped out at exactly the whole number 3. So over today's high would be a whole number inflection point plus a break of, it would be a 2-day high break if it happens tomorrow, right? And then you have this other catalyst right here at 309. So it's a small float and had, big volume on the gap up, but it's actually held support pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. And you also have the 200-day up there that oftentimes acts as a magnet. I believe that's a recent reverse split. So I definitely want to watch that one tomorrow. And then last, I've got GEVO, which is nothing really interesting about this chart, but in after hours, it's trading around $3 right now. It went, I don't know, maybe went up over 325 at one point. So I don't know. This has never been one of my favorite traders, but we're going to watch it as well. I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll see you in chat tomorrow. Have a great night.